Hey, gang, welcome to the Billy Flynn Days of Our Lives after show. See you in a bit.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Well, hello, Days of Our Lives fans, and welcome to Dishin Days. I'm your host, Mark J. Freeman, on this side of the table today. It's only because I coiffed my hair opposite, so I had to sit on this side. Kidding.
You were crazy
Totally
as
kidding.
ever today, aren't you?
Totally kidding. I've had a few pizza rolls. I'm not mincing words. Joining me today, to my left, is the beautiful and vivacious
Thank you.
Carolyn Topol, our first fan to join us here. in the
Welcome,
studio.
Carolyn.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here tonight.
We're excited to have you.
And next to you,
fun.
next to Carolyn, is...
The always handsome Matthew Evan Paine. I haven't done that one in a while.
You had it. You had, and I wasn't going to do anything because I was like, oh, he'll probably introduce himself better. The crazy, kooky, and wacky Matthew Evan Paine.
If you won't introduce me as handsome and wonderful, I will take it upon myself.
And Tony's on the floor. No, we don't know where Tony is. We just started, and I'm sure he will pop in here as soon as he meanders into the studio.
It might
So,
be that crazy valley traffic.
It could be, even though he lives a minute and a half away.
Maybe he's stuck in that LA
She
night
can
traffic.
walk. Oh, I hear the door. Oh, is she locked? Oh.
What up,
There
everyone?
she is. She's back, bitches.
Oh, hi, everyone. Hi, everyone.
Oh my word! Tell him to get out of the camera. Making me angry.
Remind me not to let her do that ever again.
I loved it.
If you could only hear the control room right now.
Oh,
what are they?
right.
What are they saying?
How much they love you.
Yeah, right. What a coinky-ding. We actually started on time.
I know.
Interesting. Hi, Carolyn.
Hey, Tony.
How are you?
Good, good. I know how much you reminded me to be here on time. I just.
Yep. Yep. You know
And
what?
don't be late.
It is important for you to be on time. Me, however, as long as I'm here. As long as,
CPT.
actually, it's TMPT.
Oh,
Tony
yes.
Moore,
Yeah.
People time.
Yep.
Yeah, that.
Yep.
That. Very much that.
And Tony, since you weren't here earlier, just so you know, these are baked, not microwaved pizza rolls today.
Baked.
Yeah, so they got the crunch to them that they
They're the
normally
best
don't.
they've ever been.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is why.
Teo.
And no,
Brody.
Brody, when I brought him in, remember?
Yeah.
And he was like, wait a minute, were these microwaved or baked? And that's when
Valid
he stole my
question.
heart, because he gets it. He knows.
And then you tried
There's
to
such
hold.
a difference.
Then you tried to hold his hand.
That wasn't his hand. But
I'm sorry.
Mark.
I'm sorry. What was that you were trying to hold? You know what? I'm telling Billy Flynn.
okay.
That shut him up.
She gets
So,
around Salem.
Dishin Days. What were we talking about?
Right. Back to things.
We're talking about Tony's entrance.
Yeah.
We're talking about. Okay, I'm just kidding.
All right, you guys.
You're
make
wearing green. I'm wearing green.
Look at that.
And we didn't even plan it.
And
Oh,
I-
yeah.
You're wearing
green.
green. Well, you don't count. It's just over here that
Okay.
we're talking about.
Sounds
Oh.
good. Okay, so camera over here on me, and thank you guys for joining us. And make sure you follow us on social media, Dishin Days on Twitter, _Dishin Days Twitter, Dishin Days Instagram. We're on Facebook. I'm on Tumblr, like the
And you still
badass
haven't
that I
figured
am.
it out.
Still don't know what
Yeah.
it means. I don't really know. I do have a picture now, I think, on there now.
You know what makes me nervous?
So I don't know what that means.
Periscope.
Periscope.
People were periscoping at our Days of Our Lives meet and greet last night. I don't know what it means.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know what Periscope is?
I just
Oh, it's like
I was
this.
saying hi to.
It's like this. And you're in the
you're
palm of your
live,
hand.
live.
Yeah, you're just live. That's all.
Yeah.
Does it have a? Well, we'll talk about it afterward. I have no
And if you
idea.
guys haven't in a while, go on to iTunes and rate and review us. We love it. It does tickle my funny bone.
It tickles your fancy.
What did you guys think about this week?
I thought it was interesting.
I thought this was one of the best weeks they've had in a while.
Yeah.
I was really engaged.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Matthew even think so?
It was my favorite week since the new regime has started.
What?
Wow.
He's so fancy since the new regime.
Regime. We
so
don't use
fancy.
those kind of words in the studio.
Fancy.
The new team.
What did you think?
I did enjoy it.
Yeah?
Quite a bit. Although I rewatched Monday, which I think I'm going to start doing, because Monday, by the time I've watched to Friday, there's
You've
so much
forgotten?
that I'm like, oh, I even forgot that even happened.
Yeah.
And something major happened on Monday that I didn't even really and then I was like, oh, I didn't hear that the first time.
Oops.
We'll get to that. I'll point it out when we get to it.
Okay.
But I just thought it was interesting. So, yeah, okay. Well, then I guess it's time
To start.
Dishin Days. And Miss Carolyn is going to
Oh,
flip
boy.
that hourglass for us. For those of you that are audio only, the hourglass just got flipped.
Yes.
All right.
I think that was the best one we've ever
Yeah.
I think that was
pretty good.
I think
Thank
that
you.
was. Look at all those autographs, Carolyn. Up
Yeah.
close and personal.
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking about how this fits in my purse.
I was just going to say, Mark, if you see Carolyn putting that in her
I
bag.
know, right? Well, the girl that won the hourglass last night was in there and she had it unwrapped it, and I was like, girl, take that around and get people to sign it. She was like,
Yeah.
oh, what a great
Oh,
idea.
did she?
I think she did. I don't think she
She
got
did.
everybody, but she did take it around to get it signed, which I thought was really sweet.
That was cute.
All right, so let's start with, I think, which was the top
Yeah.
storyline of this week, which was Thrady.
3D.
That she's basically trying to convince Brady that she's doesn't love him. She's gone back to her old ways.
She's
and
on
she's leaving
drugs.
him, but she's really protecting him.
Right.
To me, Eric Martzoff and Jen Lilly came today, this week, and thank you, and delivered.
They're not here.
Well, they might be.
Well, I mean, like I said last week, I felt like this storyline was going to be very interesting, and so plan is in like full effect. I love those moments where like she was talking to Brady like party girl Teresa and being like, I'm tired of this, and then she'll turn around and go,
I know. You remember James Lee? He filled in once
Yes.
when you were away.
the one that said absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. He messaged me this week and he said, "Hey girl, I just started watching Days again. What's going on with Teresa or something like that?" And I said, "Oh, she's." Explain what was going on. He's like, "Oh, I wondered why she kept looking at the camera and like having a different like you were
different
saying."
emotion?
I was laughing, so I was
Yeah.
like, "Yep, that's it."
No, that was good.
Yeah.
That was funny. I like that moment. I like this. Excuse me. I like this storyline, and Brady is so confused. He's like he doesn't
Yeah.
know like where it's coming from.
I loved his reaction.
I really did think that him and Jen Lilly really stepped up there.
I thought Eric really,
Their game.
his emotion
Yes.
of confusion was amazing.
So believable.
Yeah. And then Jen Lilly just was breaking my heart all week.
Yeah. And I loved the scene with Victor and Brady.
Yes.
I think it was on Friday when he comes in
Yes.
and he's like, "No, it's okay." And then all of a sudden he's like, "She's a bitch." I was like, "Yeah, girl, she's back."
But yeah, it's so because we saw just like a moment of like Victor actually, it seems to me like accepting
compassion.
like
Yeah.
Teresa and Brady and like what she's now having to do because she's dealing with someone so powerful, more powerful than Victor Kiriakis.
And he's trying to help her by feeding Brady the lie about Teresa drinking during the funeral.
yeah, and that was a lie. Like,
Yeah.
That was
I
a
think
joke.
he was
Yeah.
trying to help her
They,
storyline.
well, they all are because Victor had a moment where we thought that he was going to expose Teresa to Brady, and then Kimberly had that same moment with Brady when Brady called her and was just like, "Listen, I'm concerned about Teresa. Like, you need to get here like as soon as you can."
Yeah.
And she's standing in the pub like,
I'll get on the first plane.
"Yeah,
I'm right behind you.
right,
Well, that was a fake out because at first she said, "You need to hear the truth."
yes,
Okay.
Right.
yes.
Did anyone else know that what was going to happen was that the next scene or the next day she was going to back away from it? And she was like, "No, all I meant was I just
Well,
it
you
felt
knew-
like I
yeah.
Yeah. You used to always see those coming, I feel like.
I felt. I don't know. I felt like she was actually going to tell. I thought it was going to be Victor or Kimberly, and I was like, "Oh, it's going to be Kimberly." And then I was like, "Oh, everyone's just kind of playing along. Okay, kudos to them."
Yeah. I mean, I'll be. She has next week, too. I thought this was going to be her last week for some reason. I thought this was her last
Jen?
week. But she said last night that she's on next week, too.
She's it's a few more weeks. No,
No, I think it's
think
to
like-
the 18th.
it
Yeah,
is.
I think
Okay,
it's
you're
just,
right.
I think it's her last
Yep.
week.
So
we'll
down to Jen Lilly.
Yeah,
That happened quick.
I know.
Yeah.
Took care of business.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I miss her already."
I know. It'll be interesting to see where they go with this. All right. Next.
The
What
bushes.
could we talk about next?
It's like,
Billy Flynn.
This is what
surprise.
happens, Carolyn. This
Yeah,
is what happens.
I get it.
It feels a little bit more real
Yeah.
when you're in it, right?
It's a little scary,
It is.
actually.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
your stomach turn a little bit?
Tony,
Yeah,
make sure you watch the intro today.
Oh boy.
Make sure to do that, Tony.
Well, I was only gonna watch the intro to see my entrance. 'Cause I thought it was amazing.
What did you think, Alexis, of Tony's entrance?
Yeah, I can't say it out loud.
It was it's all right. It was amazing. You can say that. I'll spread that rumor about you, Alexis.
Go for it. I'm ready.
So the Bushes came to town.
You know what? It's so classic days. Every time somebody comes into town and you're wondering who it is, they are lurking around. And for once, I want somebody to go, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" Because they act like no one else is around. And
Yeah.
how are you able to just maneuver your way through Salem and no one notices that you're just kind of lurking?
When were they lurking?
Who doesn't lurk in Salem? Everyone lurks in Salem. Abigail's
No.
lurking.
The new people lurk in Salem.
Yeah.
When were they lurking, though?
Some,
What do you mean?
The Bushes
Bushes?
weren't lurking.
What exactly are we talking about with the
Bushes.
I thought you were talking about
people.
Oh, he thought you meant in the bushes.
I thought you were talking about the people in the bushes.
The rich couple that,
No,
that
the rich
was trying to
couple.
get
Oh, the bushes! Oh.
I'm like, when were the Bushes lurking in the bushes?
I thought you meant actual bushes.
vodka, whiskey. I'm like, what is going
That
on?
was such a blonde moment. Okay, now let's talk about the bushes.
Now, how do you feel about the people in
Oh,
the
okay.
Bushes? Sorry, I wasn't articulating.
I want to watch that back.
I know,
That
right?
was great.
I was like, well, I really missed a lot this week. I didn't see them lurking in the bushes.
Carolyn said the bushes weren't lurking.
And I was like, are we talking about the same thing? Okay, no, the bushes. Okay, very interesting little.
They were creepy.
No. Vicky was creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a cool girl on the prowl.
Yeah.
And made no qualms about it. I'm like, she just went for it. Now, my first thought, and I told Mark this last night, when Vicky made the move on Chad, I thought, where's Lorraine Love? You could have easily done up and been rich, regal woman.
Right?
And
that would have been great.
How much more
played
fun would
that
that
out.
be?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what you don't know is that I was the foot double for Vicky. So it was actually my foot going up Billy's pant leg.
And Gabby's.
And you're welcome.
And Gabby's
You're
also,
welcome.
right?
No, that was Vicky.
Oh,
That was
okay.
the actress.
That was
I
Vicky.
refused to do that one for moral reasons.
They really did try to make a Pretty Woman moment with
They did it. I thought
with
she
Gabby- oh, yeah.
with the
stunning.
dress and them going to the opera and
But the expensive dinner in the town square, I was like, girl.
girl.
So
That non-expensive dinner in the town
I was
square.
like, come on, you guys. At least,
What
paint
happened
the
to Chez
brick in the
Rouge?
alley and make it look like.
well,
Where's Chez Rouge?
and then they ended up going to Brady Pub.
Yes.
And I thought
For
to myself,
dessert.
when they were leaving the DeMera mansion,
Mm-hmm.
I thought to myself, I want to see them go to TBD.
Well, it's not. Isn't it vandalized still?
TBD?
Because didn't they
Yeah.
make a comment something about it that they have to remodel it
Didn't they
before they
hire?
open?
Right, yeah.
I feel like they made a comment about that at some point.
I just wished that they hadn't gone to Brady's Pub for a nice. They were all dressed up. You don't wish to dress like that on a burger and fries.
Yeah.
Actually,
Or
my-
chowder.
Friday nights, man.
If you're gonna have burgers and fries, why not in an evening gown, girl?
Well,
I caught
it was an after prom moment. It was like an
Yes.
after prom moment.
Yeah,
It was really
totally.
Yes.
Totally.
It was. Yeah.
After prom at Denny's.
I caught myself smiling when Gabby came into the room wearing that dress. She just looked
She
so
did.
pretty.
You know what
Red
she
is
looked
up in
like?
her corner.
And I wish they would have kind of commented on it or done something as a spoof of it. It looked like the Pretty Woman dress.
That's what I just said.
Hi.
Oh, you did?
I
Yeah.
said the Pretty Woman moment.
Mark,
Oh.
wake up.
Yep.
I just started tuning Tony out.
Well, she
When he
said-
thought
Can
the
someone
she-
bush-
call me
when he
because
thought
I
the
think I'm
bushes
dreaming.
were
I think
moving.
I'm
Yeah.
taking a nap on my couch and didn't wake up.
So shady. You know what?
Well, Gabby said it was a Pretty Woman moment.
Yeah, she did.
even said it on the show.
Oh, she did say that.
Yeah. She said I had a Pretty Woman moment.
Have you ever seen a shade of red that pretty?
It's really pretty.
was
It's
God,
like
I just
bright
can't
too.
get over it. I tweeted
it was
her.
really pretty.
I was happy. And they kissed. Gabby and Chad kissed.
They more than kissed. But yeah, I mean, it was a kiss. It wasn't just like a.
Well, but wasn't it supposed to be a fake kiss, though?
Well, yeah,
She laid it on him.
but
though.
she laid it on.
But
think
she
it was a
is
little
acting
tongue.
though like.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but
I think his feelings for her are stronger than her feelings for him.
I don't think she really realizes it yet.
And what's going on with? Are we there yet?
Well, I want to say before we move to that, because I know where you're going to go, I just want to also say what Tony was talking about was the lurking in the bush. That we saw a black hat and some blonde hair this week watching Gabby and Chad.
And Thomas and JJ and Paul and Sonny
And the teddy bear.
Yes.
Yes.
The little teddy bear.
That was always
Okay,
strategically
I'm sorry. I
placed.
did giggle a little bit when they were showing Gabby on the park bench.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you just saw the teddy bear
Oh yes.
come into frame. I'm like,
Girl.
There was a moment though at the top of that scene where I thought maybe there was a crew member or an extra who like shouldn't have been there because all of a sudden you just see her move away, Abigail.
Oh,
And then
I
I
missed
realized I rewound it and I was like, oh, that's Abigail because I saw.
oh, because you saw that. Got it. Oh, that's
I
funny.
didn't see that.
But now going to what you were gonna say.
JJ.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, they started the JJ thing off. That was the first scene from Monday's episode where he was on the couch and Gabby and Jen were in the room and they were putting the blanket on him. Did anyone notice how uncomfortable that couch looked? Like, I want you to go back and just watch the first 30 seconds of Monday's episode. It's the least comfortable couch you've ever seen, and they're like trying to like make him like recover on that couch.
Yeah.
I'd rather recover on the floor.
Yeah.
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 It looks like one of those couches that should be wrapped in plastic in the living room that your grandmother set up and no one's supposed to go
No
on.
one ever goes in it.
Well,
Right.
that couch
Even
has
with
too
the
much
plastic.
history now. It should be burned,
It
actually.
does.
Yeah.
It does. You're right.
It needs to be
You're
burned,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Sierra will agree to that
Yes.
because I'm tired of that flashback. So JJ talked to Jen for a little bit about
For a little bit.
whether or not he should break his news about what he had done.
Which is so random.
Yeah. Well, I knew they were going to have to do
Something.
because otherwise, why would Gabby leave him to go
Right.
possibly have something with Chad? So
And it still makes her look good.
Yeah.
Because because you already see the suspicion that JJ has of Chad and Gabby. And if it were the other way around, where she kind of left him, then it would have made her character look a sort of way, especially like he's just been shot and recovering, all that kind of stuff. So I think they're just trying to ease her out without making her look bad. Tony's thought.
a couple people in here said that they think that it's silly, the storyline.
Yeah, well, I mean, they just needed, just like John needed clarification that he wasn't a Demera anymore.
Yeah.
You're not a Demera. Got it.
Got it. Yeah. We were talking about that with Eric.
Would you ever go to Jennifer for advice?
I mean, let's excuse the pills. She had a moment.
Right.
But she's still a good person.
Yeah.
No, she's a good person, but I don't think that she's the bar for good advice.
Right. Well,
She's like, oh, honey, you've got a good heart.
yeah.
Yeah, but when you take the curve in Salem, she's high up there in the Salem curve of people who can give advice in that respect.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's what I would have preferred. Instead
Billy
of
Flynn.
him, well, more Billy, but whatevs. Is that instead of him sitting down with Gabby and telling her, there was a piece of dialogue where he said to Jen, I feel like I need to tell her, or no, Jen was saying that he needed to tell Gabby, and he said, why would I tell her? It's not like she's ever gonna meet this person, it's ever gonna be figured out.
Right.
I wish that he didn't tell her, and we see this woman come to town who's maybe like gone psycho crazy on JJ after this, spending the night with him, and she finds him in Salem and comes after him, and then it ends up coming out that he slept with. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather that unfold that way than have
Then-
him just go, girl, I cheated on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well-
I think it just gives you more.
You know who it could have been.
Roxanne. I
There we
thought
go.
that. I actually thought that.
There we go.
I thought that. Because he says he doesn't even know who she was at all.
Pause. For those of you who don't remember Roxanne, she was the one that was
helping
JJ's
him.
friend and was helping him
Convince Paige that he was seeing her, not Eve.
There you go.
But he cheated in Miami.
Well, she
Right.
could have been in Miami.
She could be in Miami.
Could it be?
Okay.
We're not there yet, but could it be Paige's setup?
No.
Paige is set up.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, not Paige. Jade. Paige,
Jade.
seriously, Jade.
Jade's set up.
No.
Because she's pregnant now.
Right.
I see what you. I'm trying to pick up what you're putting down. That's a little too far fetched.
I don't know.
I think he'd recognize. Wouldn't he recognize Paige?
Well, no, well,
He says he doesn't know.
he doesn't
her at all.
remember.
Jade.
It's just
You
the.
see it?
Jade.
It's just the
I don't know
a
if
note
he-
with kisses.
No.
I mean, they could have cuddled. Naked.
No
but-
one cuddles in Salem, girl.
Girl.
One other thing too I wanted to talk about in regards to JJ
Billy Flynn?
is is the scene with JJ and Teresa in the church, because that was my everything this week.
Yes, that was amazing.
I was so it never dawned on me that they would do that moment, and I was so glad that they did, because
was
it really
outstanding.
made the whole Teresa story go full circle.
Yeah.
This is when she came into town. This is the person she was involved with. This is the person that understands all the, the drugs and stuff, and he's kind of in the same place she is, where he's trying to get his life back together. I don't know. I just really thought that was very clever, and I was so appreciative for it.
Yeah.
I
No,
thought
that's a
that
good
was the growing up moment for JJ too.
Yeah.
I really think that's why they had him
And you know
think
what?
about confessing.
And I
because-
wouldn't even mind if when she came, because when she comes back, it's going to be an issue. There's going to be issues with her and Brady. But I wouldn't be upset if it became Teresa and JJ again. You know what I mean? Like, were they now? Let's try this again, sober. Kind of a storyline. No,
I don't see
I'm
them
just
as
getting
a couple.
looks. I'm just getting nasty looks.
Not nasty looks, just.
That was nasty. It was
wasn't nasty.
disgusting.
Listen, let me tell you something. You want to see a
Thank you, Alexis. Thank
You
you.
want to see a disgusting look? Mention someone. That's a disgusting look. Like if I were to mention
We're not even going to go there.
Daniel
Okay, moving right
Jonas.
along. Should
Daniel
we take
Jonas?
Okay. Who?
Daniel Jonas,
I don't know that person.
so awful.
Okay. Anything else with those top
I
storylines?
don't know that person.
I don't know her. Nope. That's it.
Anything, Matt, you need to say?
No.
Do we want to take some phone calls or wait till the end?
Let's
Or-
wait till the end.
Okay. Alexis, will you get the number ready for me? Because I don't remember it.
It is 424-253-0749.
But we're not going to take the calls till later. We'll get through the tidbits and then we'll take some phone calls.
Yeah.
But I'll put them up just in case.
Thanks,
Okay.
Alexis.
No problem.
All right, so some just come quick little titty bitties.
I'm sorry, what?
Titty bitties.
Oh,
Is it my birthday? What's happening?
Adrian. So there's something. So
Tell
there was
us, Mark.
The moment.
Talk to us about it.
With Adrian and Sunny, and then Justin, and then Justin and Sunny. So this is going somewhere.
We see where this is going. All of a sudden, Justin wants to be like, "Oh, but I still love her."
Does that bother you?
Yes,
Why?
because
enough already.
Yeah, it's like choices. You made a decision. And she was like, "You're the one that was off gallivanting in wherever he
With
was
that
with
tramp.
Elsa." Yeah,
Who said Gallivanting?
Elsa,
yeah.
let it
No,
go.
classic. Yeah. Well, that's what he needs to do. Let her go.
And she needs to let it go too. I can't stand the Adrian Lucas coupling. Can't
I still
stand.
can't get
it.
with it really either.
There's
I don't mind it.
There's
I don't
zero
mind it.
chemistry.
Oh, I don't.
But you know what it is. We don't see them often enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you look back at couples that they're trying to put together, like Aiden and Hope, or Hope and Rafe, or Jade and Joey. Paige and JJ. Like we got to see the evolution of I'm gonna say evolution of their relationship, and so we started gravitating towards it. And
I don't know that
yay.
we saw that with Hope and Rafe. I'll beg to differ. But go
But you understand what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if we and they did it before, but we still need to see it in order to really be like, oh, they really
invested
do
in
look
it.
great together.
Yeah.
I don't need many more scenes to see it though. Like I've seen enough of them on screen together to not get the chemistry.
Well, that's
vibe.
just rude.
What I thought was I kind of like them being the down home mom and dad for Thomas.
Oh, that was a cute moment.
That was a cute
So
storyline.
I that sort of gave me a chemistry, but I don't think it was a chemistry of passion.
Nope.
Right.
But it was a chemistry of a mom, dad,
Mm-hmm.
baby kind of thing. So that was where I was very accepting of them as a couple, because they seem to be like that couple that would do that. So I didn't mind that. And I watched Justin and Adrian get married years ago. So I kind of
So you're vested.
I want them back together, but
Yeah.
I don't want Lucas left once again.
Again, maybe he'll get with Nicole without the $5 million.
I just like seeing Lucas
That'd be
scheme.
Well, then he needs Sammy.
Yeah.
Lucas scheming is more fun to watch to me than like this.
Yeah.
There just needs to be more of them. That's it. Like they're not
Of Lucas and Adrian.
Yeah, yeah. Because now all of a sudden their storyline is going to progress very quickly, and then it's just going to be like, oh, okay.
Well, in the chat room, they definitely do not like them. Our Melvin fan says, I like her with Lucas, but if they make Justin less of a jerk, I'm okay with them getting back together.
Yeah.
I feel like he's hot-headed.
Yeah, and I agree. I was just going to say this too. Melissa Fink in the chat room just said this. Lucas never gets the girl. And
Well, listen, I know what it's like to always be first runner-up and never get crowned.
reminds me, I have a sash for you.
Hate you.
Did anybody is the Day of Days sneak preview out there?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh,
We're gonna
okay.
play
I
it
didn't want
later.
to. Okay, I didn't want to
Yeah.
jump there because I saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like there's some pretty big action going on with
already
those.
started following
Me too.
Yay.
Yay.
He must be watching us. Hi, Vincent.
Hi,
and happy
Vincent.
birthday if you're watching,
Yeah.
right?
Happy
cake-
birthday.
Was it today or yesterday?
It was
It was
yesterday.
yesterday, and the
Say,
cake
we
was really
enjoyed your
good.
cake.
Yes, yes.
The cake
Also, someone
was
else's
really
birthday
good.
was Daquan's.
Oh, it was Daquan's birthday?
Yeah, I don't know what day it was, but
Who?
it did pass. Oh, Mark, be nice. Play nice.
Who?
Next time I
Daquan.
talk to
Happy belated birthday, Daquan.
next time I talk to
Happy
Greg, I'll have
belated
him send a
birthday,
message to Daquan.
Who?
Oh, yeah.
Greg?
Yeah,
Where's the-
Daquan
wait till
actually sent me
Daquan-
a message for you.
Wait till Daquan
I'm
hears
sure
who
he
was
did.
here
Oh,
yesterday.
what's the message?
He said he's Greg Vaughn's #1 fan.
I
Oh,
beg to
here
differ,
we
but
go.
that's okay. That's all right.
You know what I love is that I don't have someone that I to, so no one
Maxine.
can- Well, I mean, I want to play her son. That's it. But I don't lust after Maxine.
That would be scary if you wanted to play your
We need to
son.
find you one.
No need. Moving on.
So our contest next week will be
Oh, we should do a
Find
poll.
Tony
Which
somebody to
Days
love.
character should?
Yeah, we
right.
should do that. I'll do that. I'll do that when I get home tonight. I'll
Are you-
pick,
are you gonna
you guys
do-
tweet me who you think his favorite character should be, so that and when I go home, I'll create a poll of the ones I think would be the best, and then for next week we'll pick who you're gonna be is gonna be. If you're not
Start
gonna do
tweeting
it,
your
we are.
suggestions now.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. I wonder who it would be.
I have a couple ideas.
Yeah, me too.
I have a couple ideas. Billy.
Girl was like, my name is Ben and I ain't in it.
All right, so then I really, 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 really like Valerie Grant.
Me too. Well, you
yeah.
know
Too.
why? I like Valerie Grant because I like Vanessa Williams, who
Amen.
plays her. Such a sweet lady. And I've seen her in like multiple things other than Days. But I just like this very friendly, very like warm, honest woman that she is. And I like this direction of maybe her and Abe
Oh, yeah.
have something. But Theo is like,
I think Theo's gonna try and hurt her.
Theo's like, bitch, I ain't having it. You lied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we find out. We Theo overhears her on the phone lying, saying that she's in New York. not
Hi, I'm
Salem.
in New York.
Yeah.
Can I call you later? And he was like,
Yeah.
Theo's real quick to
Yeah.
like
What was that, Matt?
sit
Nice.
next to me for 20 minutes of the show and trying to take all the Tonyisms already.
I don't have to try.
Man, Shady Sundays,
I
man.
know. Hashtag Shady Sundays.
Well, guess what he just tried? It.
It.
Yep.
There
I
you
was
go.
trying to say
Girl.
girl.
Girl. My favorite moment was when Abe was like, Theo, don't you think you should thank Valerie? He was like, for what? Trying to kill you?
He's not having any
Oh
part of it.
yeah.
I was like, I gotta write that down. That was funny.
All right, and it's coming from a woman's perspective. I love Valerie
Yeah.
because we haven't seen
An
a
anatomical
really
woman's
strong.
perspective.
Biological.
I'm so glad you clarified that. I'm
Because some
sorry.
people don't watch, they listen. So we just need to clarify for our audio listeners.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because I'm sure a lot of them thought that I was a very oddly named woman named Mark.
Oh boy. No,
Back to Days.
Oh, they knew you were a flamboyant gay man named Mark.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyway, but I love that she comes in and she's, intelligent, holds her own, and at least at this point, she hasn't had to be rescued by a man.
Right.
Because that's been happening a lot on Days. So
yeah.
I'm really liking seeing somebody come in who seems to be a more high-power woman who's going to speak up for herself. Because I even like when she talks to Theo. Look,
Yeah.
hey,
I made a mistake.
Yeah.
this is what's happening,
Yeah.
whatever. When he talks to her about this lie, we'll see where else we go.
She tries to talk to Theo, but Theo sometimes look back at her like, I'm not having it.
Yeah.
Yep. He's gonna uncover whatever she's lying about for sure.
Yeah.
That's 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in that age.
Alexis, before I forget, if you have any kind of control over the AC, I would love it if you.
Are you having a hot flash?
I am.
Menopause?
Oh, I thought it was on. Okay.
I don't know, and maybe it is, or I don't know. I'm just
Might
really
just
getting
blow
hot.
low. Yeah.
He's having a hot flash, Alexis. You have to excuse him for his age.
Got it.
So then also Sonny hires Paul, or offers him the job. I don't know if Sonny.
Yeah.
Paul actually accepted it.
To watching the
to
docs.
watch the docs, and Sonny's going to be kind of taking over running the doc part of the business that hasn't really been doing anything, but.
How do we feel about this obvious push that we're seeing for Sonny and Paul to be together?
I mean, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay too.
I like more
I
of the
don't
love triangle stuff with Derek.
But there's not really a triangle. Like,
Yeah. Because they obviously like each other, and it's just, I think Paul's trying not to. I think he's just trying to be respectful
Yeah.
of Sonny and his, obvious loss of his husband.
yeah. Because obviously he feels something because when JJ whipped out that old picture of them in Koreatown at the karaoke bar where Will and Sonny sung a duet of I Will Always Love You, Paul was like,
I got to go.
peace out, y'all. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to this. I gotta go.
Yeah.
But then there was a moment where like I remember watching that scene and paying attention to JJ's face because I was like, oh, you shady. That's such a shady move.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, remember your widowed husband that you used to love?
I'm of two minds here. I know it's hard. I'm going to be sort of this cute middle of the road thing, but it's the truth.
It's fine. We need one.
Okay.
I'm usually middle of the road.
Will died, and I was devastated.
We all were.
Yeah. But it was a long time ago now.
been over
for
a
a while.
year.
It's been over a year.
Over a year.
And if we're talking about Chad is already having feelings for Gabby, come on.
Yeah.
Cut Sonny a break.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Guys handle things differently.
You mourn longer.
You mean you start flirting at the funeral?
Well, no, but at least I do feel like, though, the Chad and Gabby storyline is still believable. Like, she's been kind of a distraction, an unexpected distraction from his loss. It wasn't like they planned on getting locked in the room together. It wasn't, like just the reminiscing of high school and all that kind of stuff. And then just her working for, I don't know, it seems believable to me. I don't know.
That's why I sort of see their parallel, because also Chad's got a history with Gabby.
Yeah.
And Paul's got a history with Sonny.
Right, exactly.
And so I wouldn't mind seeing them getting together, but I would like to see it happening gradually.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, the organic way to do it.
Yeah.
Make us really enjoy seeing them as a couple.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, we're just kind of like, can we just go ahead and have Sonny and Paul together already? Because I think we were already kind of slightly rooting for that.
Anyway,
When Will was alive, we were like,
well,
okay.
especially when it was that mean Will. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
kind of cocky and just being a bad boy.
I just got back from
'Cause
Cali and
yeah.
like now trying to soar my royal oats Will.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's move along then.
AC has been turned on.
Thank you. All right, I can feel it now. Thank you. So then we also, Chloe, and we find out that Deimos finds out again that he's not the father of the baby.
Right.
And Chloe tells Philip that the baby is Nicole's
And Daniels.
and Daniel's.
Mm-hmm.
And
Who? Who's? You said
I forgot already.
You said
I don't know him.
And then we find out that Philip promises not to tell Nicole because he's in love with Chloe, which is what I missed. That was
Yeah.
that moment that I was like, oh, I didn't even see that happen.
Oh.
Yeah.
On Monday, yeah, that was when I rewatched Monday. That was the thing. I was like, oh, how did I miss that?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
cafe that moved from New York
So,
Magic.
yeah,
like,
now
to
it's in
Mm-hmm.
Salem.
Salem to Chicago. I don't know. It keeps moving.
Yeah,
It's enough to drive you crazy, isn't it?
yeah, totally. So what do we all think about that?
I thought it was a wonderful confession,
I loved him telling her. Like, I just
Yeah.
thought that was really sweet.
but then I also kind of felt like Chloe was like, "Oh, but I don't like you like that."
But she didn't say that.
But that's how I kind of felt.
Maybe she's trying to deceive you.
Maybe she already has enough going on with the fact that she's carrying her best friend's baby.
Now, here's my thing is I just don't feel the excuse about Deimos is a good enough excuse for her to not tell Nicole. That's kind of bothering
Right.
me because I do feel like they have been such good friends. I just don't see her not telling Nicole, especially knowing how desperately Nicole wants this baby.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a little annoyed at that, if there's something that I'm annoyed
I
at.
mean, and she knows Nicole's history with children. That's so sad.
Right.
If of all people, Chloe doesn't tell her the truth.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And what's taking her so long to say it? That baby's about to pop out. Tell her.
She's like 8
Tell
months
her.
pregnant.
No, she is 9.
No, she's 9 months.
That baby's been in there cooking for a long time. That baby's sitting in there like, hello? Can I come out now?
I know.
That baby has built his own bed using parts from IKEA. And you know how long those things take.
Long time.
They do.
Well, it depends who's putting it together, too.
Well, if it's you, I'm sure you still
Long
have a box
time.
in your house that says IKEA
Yippity skippity.
from 1940.
Too far. Too far.
Thank you. Thank you,
It's never too far, Alexis. Never too far.
Nicole, friendship, but it was cracking me up with JD's little party.
What?
Yeah, we didn't really talk about the party.
I love the party.
They were all playing Atari and stuff.
It wasn't Atari.
Well, whatever.
It was Game Box.
Atari.
What?
Game Box.
What the heck is a game box?
Atari.
It is
A
a
different
Atari.
name for Atari.
It is a safe, non-licensed word.
Atari.
Like what did they call Facebook
Atari.
that one time? Was
What
it-
is it? Face space or something like that?
Face space or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
And what
yeah.
is Google? You search
You search.
or something like that?
Yeah, with a sheep.
Yeah.
Make me laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, the good old days.
Oh, yes. Speaking of the good old days, did not Hope already make a deal with Andre that he wasn't going to tell? Like, I feel like everything we saw with her and Andre, we saw that. Like, I was like, did
But
you guys
that was-
just
I feel
grab
like-
that scene and play it again
Yeah,
this week?
and I think
But
like
she was
I'm waiting for
just
Aiden
reiterating.
to come in.
I know. I'm like, and they're like, oh shoot, we should.
yeah, I'm gonna blackmail you.
Yeah.
Right, and wear the dress when I come to
Is it just?
blackmail you.
Am I mistaken?
She was
It
just
was weird. It was
reiterating
strange.
and making sure that it was all set before she went in and said, "Yes, I'm guilty."
Do we need a second scene? Of that?
Yes,
Why?
because it's soaps.
It's not a good enough.
We're gonna hear the same thing for the right before she stands in court. She's gonna look back at Andre and go,
But that would be
and
okay.
then Taylor's gonna be like,
those of you listening aren't getting to see.
They're going to use Martin House as the courtroom.
I'll try and let me see. Okay, so when she looks back at Andre in the courtroom, it was kind of like a you got this.
Are you sure?
You got this, right?
Girl, you sure?
Girl. And
Girl.
then the other look was
More French-like, where it was just kind of like, why certainly?
the Andre look with the finger on his temple.
Go on.
Other finger on his lip.
Which is Teo's delivery.
Totally
Like,
Teo.
that's how Teo actually delivered.
Hashtag
I love it.
TT. Totally Teo.
Totally take.
So I'm going to do us all a favor, and I'm going to move on from Hope. So Steve finally proposed to Kayla.
Yay.
And finally said
Yay.
yes.
Yes.
I think that's all we need to say.
Yeah.
And then I had another moment this week.
Magic
like
moments.
when we found out that Paul was gay.
Uh-huh.
I was on my bed when Paige said she was pregnant, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Completely caught me off guard. And again, if it's in a spoiler out there and they've been talking about it, it's because we stopped reading those. And I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved that I yelled, and I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
So that was fantastic. That caught me off guard.
But
Claire was like,
But is she really?
Claire
That's what I was
Or
thinking
is
too.
is she using a tactic
Yeah.
to get him to stay? Is she faking?
Or to get him to pay attention to her.
Right.
so
Well, but she was calling him like or texting him
Yeah.
900 times.
Jade says she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paige seriously
I keep saying
asked me
Paige.
last night what I thought when I saw it, because I told her how great those scenes were and the delivery of the fact that she's pregnant. And she said, now, when you watched it, did you think she's lying, or did you think she was telling the truth? And I said, well, when I watched it, I thought that she was telling the truth. I believed her. I, like you, was like,
Not me. I was like, girl, you ain't pregnant.
You didn't get that? You
You
thought
didn't
she was
think
being
that?
serious?
No, I didn't know.
What do you think?
I
no.
thought when she first said it, I was like you, Matt. I was like, oh, and then once I started thinking about it, I was like, oh,
you
she
were
could
like
be
that?
lying. Yeah.
Now-
Now I could be proven wrong, but I thought she was telling the truth because when the two girls were talking,
Right.
Yeah.
you could see her getting panicky.
Right.
Does he want to break up with me? Because this is so not the time. Mm-hmm. That's why I think she was telling the truth.
Oh, and maybe that's why she was texting him.
500 times.
Right.
Like he was like saying she's texting me 24 hours a day. I had to turn off my phone.
I love the scene with Joey and Claire when he was
Yeah.
like, I went to bed and she asked if we wanted to sex. And then I woke up in the morning, took a shower, and then
Showed the
she was like,
picture.
where were you last night? I just love how that delivery was so believable, because I think we've all encountered those
Not me.
over-the-top people.
Tony twice this week.
Lies. I like that when Claire grabbed the phone and was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 And dropped the T-I-N-G.
I really loved the scene between Claire and Joey. And it was
Yes.
funny because, and I actually told them this last night too. I said, it was one of those moments where I was watching it and I was like, oh, are they going to, oh no, they're related. Wait, are they related? And then I had to really like sit there and go, yeah, no, they're related.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Could they? But no, they couldn't do I literally was sitting there like the whole time.
What
but I
do you-
really liked
are
the
they
scene.
related?
They're both
They are
Brady's.
related. They're both Brady's,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, not happening.
Because Kayla and Bo. Yeah. Well, I guess Bo's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's
So no,
Caroline.
they can't.
Caroline Brady. Right. Okay. I was thinking because of Victor Kiriakis, but okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was
I
thought it was good. That was good. That was the week,
yeah, that was pretty much the week.
right?
I thought
was
there
it.
was something. This is what I wanted to say. Sometimes you have to choose the right friend to send in for you. I'm not sure if Claire was
That
that
was the right
person.
person. She did kind of let her. Like I was expecting her to like. She's like, no, let me sue this.
Like she-
and I did think at one point, like, girl, you're not Susan. This. You're
not
stirring the
helping
pot.
anybody.
It's
You're
like,
stirring the
girl.
pot, girl.
You're not really selling it like you're
No.
supposed to.
No.
But I have to say, I like feisty Claire.
Yeah.
I'm really liking feisty
I
Claire.
think she gets it from Belle.
I think he could have
Yeah.
sent Theo to do it, because Theo would have been honest but also caring.
Theo would have said, he's gonna break up with you, so stop texting him. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get your
Yeah, but that's different than Claire kind of attacking her about it.
Well, he wasn't. She was. I felt like Claire was just kind of like, okay, girl, like you need to like lay off, like
Yeah.
you know. And Jade's like, no, like that's my man, and you know, Claire's still sitting there like, okay, no, but seriously, like, and Jay's like, no, that's my man. Like, we're in a relationship. And she's like, are you? I mean, are you? I mean,
Well, Jay got a little out of hand. Like, she's talking about forever.
yes. Well, they're
She's comparing to the teen couples that are still together. I mean, really?
she's coming
It was
across
rough.
as a little possessive, which is an interesting turn in her character.
Which is why I thought she was pregnant.
Oh, well, I don't know. I still think she's lying. I think
Okay.
we'll see.
We're gonna find out.
Mark today, Tony Moore said she's lying. Everybody else say telling the truth.
I didn't say that.
No,
I said I first thought she was telling the truth. I'm not sure if she's lying yet.
What do you think, though, if you had to choose?
I think she's lying.
Boom.
I do think she's lying.
And you?
Yeah.
Well, it's a soap opera, but I'm going to go with the truth, but I have a feeling I'm going to prove that I don't have ESP.
I think she's telling the truth.
Well,
That's good.
we'll see.
And just to clarify too, in the chat room, I kept saying Paige, and I should have been saying Jade. I was calling her by her real name.
It's
I did
okay.
the same thing earlier today.
It's okay. Last night I introduced James Lazovic as Joey.
Yeah.
We sure did.
It just
That was funny.
So I apologize. Some of them are commenting in the chat room. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
And I think we could take some phone calls, Alexis, if you want
We
to
can.
turn that buster on. And Tony, go ahead. You tell him the phone number. I'm sure Alexis will put it up as well.
Why,
Put it
thank
in the
you,
chat
Mark J.
room.
Freeman. Hi, everyone. I'm Tony Moore, your host here at AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days, and we would love
Sweet
for you to
Jesus.
call
Just
in
give
right
the
now.
phone number.
Stop it! I needed that for my reel.
Oh, you should have told me that.
Y'all, the
He's
numbers.
gonna have a reel of him saying, "Stop it! I need that for my reel."
The number is 424-253-0749. Again, that's 424-253-0749.
I just realized on my first night not having to set my phone.
Now I have to set your phone.
I always start my phone
Yes,
waiting to
call
cue
in.
that, to call in.
Oh,
When you start your show, I cue up my phone number.
do you?
I do.
That's how you guys.
And now you don't have to.
That's how I get in.
Oh, a little inside dish for those of you
Okay,
who haven't
guys
had a
at
chance
home,
to
you
get in.
cue up the phone early.
Trust me.
No, it's usually ringing the entire time. I have to turn it off.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't call though until they say to call.
Yeah, I know. There are some people who call a little early, which is fine. It's just I have to turn it off.
Yeah.
Right.
All right,
'Cause
we
don't
got
wanna-
two so far.
All right, let's do it. Let's take one of those. I'll let you pick, Alexis.
All right, let's do this one.
All right. Thank you for calling AfterBuzz TV. You're on with us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Who are you?
Who are you?
This is Lisa from Loganville, Georgia.
Hi,
Hi,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Hi, how are y'all tonight?
Good. How are
Great.
you?
And y'all have a lucky guest, Carolyn, with you.
Yes.
I am very lucky.
Georgia.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Carolyn.
Hi.
How are you? Are you having fun with the guys?
I'm having a blast. Thank you.
What did you think about this week of days?
I thought it was getting very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I am kind of looking forward to seeing Miss Abigail talk instead of hiding in the closet.
Right.
Or the bushes, I should say.
Yeah.
Bushes.
And to clarify, she means actual bushes,
Bushes,
and
not
not
the people.
Vicky and Mr. Bush.
That's right.
Although she could technically hide behind the bushes, the people as well, but I
She
don't think
could.
that'll happen.
Yeah.
Lisa, what are you most looking forward to for next week?
I'm looking forward to seeing what Jennifer thinks about her mother keeping Abigail dying from
Yeah.
her. And also about I would finally like to see,
Abigail?
and Nicole get the
Yeah.
truth about the baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's one of the
and
things
then
I'm
also,
looking forward to.
Teresa, do you think she's going to be passed out on the floor somewhere?
Probably.
And who's going to find her, though? That's
Brady.
a big question on that one. Yep.
Yeah.
So they have a lot going on.
Yeah. Oh, that's
yeah.
the thing we didn't talk about.
Yeah. She started taking the pills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she trying to kill herself?
I think she was. I don't know that that's going to succeed because we know that. I mean, I don't think she's going to die.
Right.
But
I hope the
Right,
truth
because
about
I think
Mateo
it
comes
really
out.
upset her when she had
That'd
a
be
slut
great.
lady like that. So
yeah. Yeah.
she
She
tried
was
to get him to believe her.
tossing him back.
And tossing them back with alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But if you're going to toss them back, I mean.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and did y'all see the TV that
Yes.
Miss Carolyn was talking about?
What, say it again?
Did you see the preview that she was talking about?
I did. I did see the preview. I don't know if everybody else did, but did you see the previews
Right.
yet?
We don't want to
yes.
spoil too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna play it shortly, so
We will. We will.
Don't you worry.
That's right.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be at Day of Days, so I saw the preview.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have some great pictures too.
Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying them.
You're welcome. But I won't keep y'all because I know there's more people trying to call in. So.
Thank you, Lisa.
And thank you.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night.
Bye. You too.
Bye-bye.
I wanted to make sure I said this. Daquan said, "Poor Tony, never gonna get a reel unless we can take Mark's mouth shut." That made me giggle.
He can use all. I've been absent many times, so any of those episodes you probably could get.
And I have used that for my reel. So thank you. Thank you.
Caller on the line.
Oh, well, hello, caller. This is AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What is your name and where are you calling from?
This is Cheryl from South Carolina.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hello, Carolyn. It's so good to see you sitting there.
Oh, thank you. So
We're
good to
glad
hear
to
your
have her.
voice.
You look like you belong with them.
Aw.
She's been watching us long enough. She knows how this works already.
I've been here since day one. I
Yeah.
know what it's supposed to look like. He
Yep.
fits.
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to say that the thing that I think the best scenes from all of last week was the Teresa JJ scenes in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do
was
agree.
that was my favorite.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm not liking the Teresa's goodbye storyline at all.
You're not?
No, just not even just because I don't want her to leave, but because I think they've had so much notice that they really could have done a better job. I mean, it feels so rushed to me and unbelievable. It's unbelievable that Victor Kiriakis could not have teamed up with the ISA, at least, to get her out of the clutches of this terrible, terrible man.
But
Victor never believes that somebody can beat him.
Right, I agree with that too.
But
that was strange.
except in this moment where we saw, and I mean, you know me, fan with open arms. But it was a moment for me where I was like, oh my God, if Victor can't handle this, then who can? And I feel like they couldn't put it on Victor because then she wouldn't have a clean way out. They had to make Mateo more powerful than Victor.
Right.
So that he couldn't
They could have
he couldn't
the
even
ISA
step
could
in.
have faked her death, moved her somewhere with Brady and Tate.
Right.
Okay, but think about this. When situations like that do happen, and like Victor or someone gets involved, everyone knows it's cool. Like, they're going to be safe no matter what. Mm-hmm. But if that were to happen, and we all know that everyone can override the ISA and the Salem PD. But the fact that now Victor is saying that Mateo and his men are more powerful than Victor, that means that Victor even teamed up with the ISA, she still wouldn't be protected because they have more men and more eyes and more whatever that she would have easily been found and put Tate and Brady in harm's way. And that's without being in the
I still
writing
think there
room.
had to have been a better answer than this. I mean, so what's going to happen when Jen Lilly decides that she does want to come back? Are they just going to say, oh, she infiltrated them and killed Mateo? I mean,
Probably.
how are they going to justify that?
Or she
There's always
escaped
the
again.
next guy.
Wouldn't their
'Cause
first
she
best
coulda-
day look be Salem, but that would be more storyline.
Yeah, I would say if she escaped, then it would be like, I'm escaping, I'm getting away.
Yeah, Brady,
but then
this
they
is
come
what I
back and
didn't tell
find
you,
her,
right.
and they have to have like a whole thing with her.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, as much as I love Jen, I think if they were going to have Teresa, or if Jen was going to leave, they should have temporarily recast Teresa like they did. Look what they did on General Hospital with Maxie. 2
Right.
years Jen Lilly played Maxie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see why they couldn't have done that. I know we all love Jen Lilly, but, you know, I just don't think that any one actress is any one character.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the one thing that sort of shook me was when Teresa had the idea that she was going to become a spy.
Yeah.
That was a little bit hard for suspending reality. I mean, I suspend reality whenever I watch the show, of course, but
Right.
that one was a little bit over the top at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know. We'll see then.
I just think they could have put a little more thought into her exit. They've known she was leaving for a while.
Yeah.
Well, now it seems like a
So-
while, but back then, who knows how much time they actually had.
Right.
And I think Jade's lying.
Yeah.
And if she is pregnant, I don't think it's Joey's, because she was in Florida for a long time,
Okay.
taking care of her grandparents.
And she was there for the summertime, too?
Yeah.
Yep. And she came back briefly, and then boom, she was gone again.
Yeah.
But,
Girl.
okay, that could be. That
Yeah.
could be. She could be pregnant, but it's not Joey's.
Right.
Yeah, she could be pregnant, and it's not Joey's. And fan rumblings have said they think that her father is an abuser. So
Oh,
it
I
looks, he
don't
looked
want to
pretty
go there.
abusive.
Mm.
You know, when he met up in the park,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he looked like he was pretty abusive to her.
Yeah.
So I guess
never
we'll have to
know.
wait and see.
Yeah, we do. You never know.
All right. Well, it was nice chatting with you guys. I'll let you go.
Always
Somebody else can
great
have a
chatting
chance.
with you, Cheryl. Thank you
Bye-bye,
for calling
Cheryl.
in.
Thanks for calling.
Bye, Cheryl. I also wanted
Bye-bye.
to say another thing we kind of didn't really talk about that I thought was kind of important. Someone just wrote in the chat room is that it's confirmed that Andre is working with Laura.
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say that earlier. I
Yeah.
hope she comes back. We need to see
We'll
more
see.
of Laura.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting how that's gonna work
But
out.
interesting enough, he said that Abigail came to him and asked him to fake her death so that she wasn't a burden to Chad. People like that I'm stroking the elephant, apparently. Like,
Yeah.
I just kind of
Yes.
want to pick it up and go.
It was kind of freaking me out, actually, for a while there.
It was funny because
There's a lot of names going on.
I caught a glimpse of it on the live feed, and I was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Tony's," and I looked over, and I'm like, "Oh, he is stroking them." Yeah,
Dr. Eviling it
yeah,
over there.
totally.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Mr. Picklesworth. So I thought that was an interesting tidbit to find out this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
All right.
Caller or no?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do another one.
Caller's on the line.
All right, thank you. You're calling AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What is your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, it's Mike from Hollywood.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike from Hollywood. Not to be confused with Mike Riley in New York, right?
Yeah, I can't believe I got through.
Oh, look
Trust
at that.
me, we tried to block you.
Oh, rude.
I thought I was your biggest fan, Mark.
Mark is so mean. Go ahead, Mike. What did you think of this week of days?
Oh, first I gotta say I'm so happy that Carolyn is there. I see you in the blogs, and I always
Oh,
like your
thank
comments
you.
and everything.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Do you read her getting to
Yeah.
know interviews? They're really good.
Yeah, I do. And sometimes she just randomly popped up one time when I was looking through a blog, and I was like, "Is that Carolyn Topol from that calls in the Dishin Days?"
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes, it
I-
is.
That's her.
Yeah, and I clicked in from that.
You can also
good.
purchase her gay erotica novels.
You know,
Yes, you
I'm okay
can.
with. I'm good on that.
Go for it.
I think that what I'm seeing from Sonny, Paul, and Derek is enough for my appetite. I'm all right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's
All right.
weird. It's weird, right? That like they're trying to develop this triangle, but there's not really a triangle because obviously Sonny and Paul have stronger feelings for each other than Paul and Derek.
They do, but I do like Derek, the character.
I
I
mean-
like him.
Listen, if they need Maxine's son to come into town and swoop up Derek, by
I
all
mean,
means.
they do need Maxine's son. The actor who plays Derek, I really like. He's a funny type of actor.
Yeah.
Spencer Neville's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody knows that they want Sonny and Paul to be together. I don't know. I do kind of have something watching Days all this time. It's like Will is not there. It does bring that memory up every time you see like them getting closer. Like,
Yeah.
not Will.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, Sonny should be allowed to move on, but it's still going to be in the back of your head.
Yeah.
Because Will and Sonny were like a super couple.
They were.
They were.
Well, only because of how carefully Days did that storyline. Like, they were very careful with Will's coming out and then, you know, putting him with Sonny and having Sonny be careful of and wary of, like, his feelings and him kind of exploring all of this for the first time, and
Yeah,
you know,
because
it
that
was
was
such
when
a
I like
progression.
started back watching Days, and that was like they really took their time. And really, of the younger generation, that's the really only super couple I see on there.
Yeah,
Well, and that wedding was something special.
it really
That
was.
wedding really was something
It
special.
really was. It was a moment, a Days moment.
It was a daytime moment.
Yeah, it really was, and especially for Days. Yeah.
And you know, I did not think that Paige was pregnant from the moment she said it.
Oh, you mean Jade?
Jade.
I know.
It's okay, we do
I
it
created
too.
a monster.
It's all
Sorry.
right. We do it. We
It's
do it
because
too.
of Mark. It's 'cause
I
of
know.
Mark.
I'll take
Yeah.
it. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Paige is dead. She was killed by the necktie killer.
And she was
Paige.
killed while wearing not so flattering shoes.
As Mark pointed out.
Girl.
Somebody had to.
Those
Girl.
wedges, girl.
Girl.
Okay.
Yeah, but I thought she was lying from the moment she said it. Because anytime somebody says they're pregnant on a soap opera and we don't see them leading up to it, we think they're lying.
Right. Right.
Like, if we don't see them frantically going to the hospital or taking a test or something, it's always like a lie to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's look,
'Cause-
that's how I'm gonna be when Maxine's son comes in. I'm gonna be like, I'm pregnant.
Well, are you going to be hiding in the bushes for a couple weeks first? Do you have that to look forward to?
Absolutely.
He's gonna be
I mean,
hiding behind Vicky Bush.
Listen, no arrival into Salem is can't happen without someone lurking behind doors and bushes and things like that
Well,
before
you know,
the
you
reveal.
should get Mark to help you hide out around the Demira mansion and just we'll see your hand for a couple days.
I like that idea.
When they revealed Maxine's son, I would like to wear like one of those huge like floppy
Beyonce
hats.
floppy hat.
And then I just kind of go, oh,
Okay,
hello.
Vivian. in a nurse's outfit or something, not a Beyonce hat.
I like that idea. I'm all about
Yeah,
entrances today, apparently.
And you know what? I'm gonna actually defend Chloe's
Okay.
decision to not tell
Okay. Let's hear it.
Nicole. Because so this is Daniel and Nicole's baby.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe is Daniel's friend. She's Nicole's friend. The baby will be Parker's brother, or it's a boy or girl. What was it?
Well, I don't think they said.
It's a boy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the baby will be Parker's brother.
And they're gonna name
from-
it Daniel.
Yeah, and from
Okay,
Chloe's
really?
standpoint,
You know they
if
are.
I was protecting Daniel's legacy, I don't know if I would turn the baby over to Nicole while she's shacking up with a gangster either.
I just like the way that he was like shacking up with a gangster either. Well, she mentioned that. She was like, I know she used the big word, I don't know the word she used, but basically like, don't mess up Daniel's memory, with being with this guy.
Right.
Oh, I think she said
the problem
desecrate.
with Nicole's character is she always, for as strong a woman she is, she always picks the wrong men outside of Daniel
Oh,
and
that's
Eric.
life.
And she always falls under their thumb. It's like she never really, I don't know. She always is under the thumb of the man she's with. EJ, Victor, now this guy. I don't like that for Nicole. I thought her character had grown a lot.
Well, maybe she's just she's beaten down by life. Life has gotten to her, and she's like, girl, I can't take it anymore.
Life beats them all down. It's a soap opera.
This is true.
How do you really feel?
You know what? I do agree with, though. I wish Mark's idea would come true, and it would be Eric's baby.
Yeah. I don't count it out because I think it is still possible, especially if Greg Vaughn's coming
Well,
back.
I don't, because I think the writers are watching this every week and just taking Mark's idea.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. You couldn't see them all roll their eyes.
Alexis, where's that want?
No, I think we need the applause.
Thank you.
We need that.
Thank you. There's the applause. Thank you.
Alexis, girl.
I have to do both. I have to do both.
Girl. Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
Well, thank you, Mike, for calling in.
Thank you, Mike.
You can call back
All right,
anytime you want to agree with me.
Oh, and if that doesn't come true and it's not Eric's baby, you do have forward to look to that Daniel's legacy will be around forever.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
Thank you, Mike, for that. I appreciate
Bye.
Bye, Mike. Somebody in the chat room said that Nicole already had a son named Daniel.
Was it the one that? Was it the one that she lost?
Was it the baby
Maybe.
that died?
I don't know.
The one that she blamed
We'll have to
Jennifer
ask
for killing.
JLJ. James
Yeah.
Lott Jr.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into segments.
Yes.
Yay! We're going to start with Tony's 3 Snaps Award.
I thought you were gonna go 3 Snaps Award or the You Go Girl.
Did you see it on there?
I did. I did. All right. So at first, okay. So all of a sudden, I was talking to Mark earlier, and I was like, "Girl, I don't have a 3 Snaps Award."
Literally,
and then,
girl.
Like, yeah, girl. And then all of a sudden, like all these snaps came in, and so. I was at first going to give it to Theo for his sassy comeback of when Abe said, "Do you think it's time to thank Dr. Grant?" And he was like, "For almost killing you?" And I was like, yes. Then I was going to give it to Gabby for when she reminded Vicky Bush that I was in prison.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that was fantastic.
I was like, ooh, Gabby.
Yeah.
I was like, you better remind a hoe that you will shank her if you get out of line again. But then, all of a sudden, it's like someone said, no, Tony. You like Billy Flynn so much that you must give it to him for one reason and one reason only. Alexis, do you have that photo?
I'm trying to bring it up. I'm having a hard time.
It's up in here. I can see it.
Okay, well, hold on.
So, if you guys remember the wonderful game box party that was held at the Horton House, and everyone had to wear hats. And Chad chose this wonderful mini pink number.
Little like mini pink cowboy hat or something.
That sat so wonderfully on his head.
Hold on.
And Alexis is going to bring up the photo as soon as she
That is
can.
a weird. Is that a cowboy hat?
Yeah, it's like a mini cowboy hat.
It's a mini cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And so Billy Flynn, Chad DeMera, gets Tony's official 3 Snaps
well, I can't hit
Award
it right now, but
There we go.
for being the most fashionable in his mini pink hat. You go, girl!
So basically, you actually had 3 Snap Awards.
I did.
Let's not mince words, people. All right, so let's move right along.
Can you imagine if Billy Flynn was Tony's crush? If we ended up finding out that you two share the same one this entire time?
Oh, we do.
I love
actually.
that.
We do.
Oh, that I
actually.
was a Billy.
We do. He's a classic Billy fan.
Cue the want.
We were putting Alexis to work today.
I know.
With
Sorry,
Alexis.
Alexis.
Killing me right now.
And
All
that
right.
has been Tony's
Please.
official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap.
Kind of fun seeing 3 snaps in person. Yeah.
They're loud, aren't they? Bam!
I'm gonna keep doing it.
All right,
Sorry,
so let's get the lights flashing for Matthew's Choice.
There we go. There we go. There were a couple also this week that I really loved.
I'm going to apologize in advance. I only have one quote of the week.
I wanted to give it to Eric Martzoff because he did such a dynamite job this week. I didn't end up making him the final one, but I loved his reactions to everything that Teresa was giving him, and his emotion was wonderful. I also thought about maybe giving it to Gabby for looking like a 12 on a scale of 1 to 10. She looked stunning.
Yeah.
But there was one moment in the week, it was Thursday's episode, when we got the glimpse of Abigail from behind, and I was sitting on
mysterious.
I was sitting on the couch, and they kind of panned up. And when I started seeing the hair and then the hat, I went, yes, yay!
Yeah.
To me, I know that they don't, the Kate Manzi and Marcy Miller don't look alike, but I thought that was brilliant. They dressed her so accordingly for what Abigail has been going through, and to match old Abigail. And I just thought that they
Well,
nailed
tidbit,
it.
that's actually me.
Yeah. Tony, great job this
He
week.
hung up his green Halloween
Daisy.
flower outfit
Yeah.
and stepped in to
And
hide
into
behind the
that.
bushes.
And so, new Abigail, even though we haven't seen your face, gets Matthew's Choice for this week.
Yay.
And that has been
Matthew's Choice.
Perfect.
And now it's time for
Mark's Quote of the Week.
All right.
Gosh,
so,
these don't get old.
all right. So my quote of the week this week is going to go to Miss Vanessa Williams, Valerie Grant, when she was when she was talking to Kayla, and Kayla was like, asking her to move to Salem. And Kayla says, Salem is less hectic than D.C.
Oh, if she only knew.
And Valerie said, it's a lengthy one, but it's so worth it. She's like, right. You say Salem, the word serene pops into my head. This whole town was under siege. People were blowing up electrical plants. You were trapped in a coffin on Halloween. Need I say more? And then Kayla says, no, point taken. And Valerie says, Salem gives Beirut a run for the money. I was just like, it just kept going, and I was like, yes, what
You
she
go,
said,
girl.
what she said, you go, girl. So Vanessa Williams, Valerie Grant gets
Mark's official 3 Snaps award.
my official, you go, girl, quote of the week.
Mark's quote of the week.
Thank you. And then for fan of the
This
week.
is what I've been waiting for.
Oh, guys, you guys don't even understand. My husband was like, what are you laughing at? I could not stop laughing. Mostly at the title. I was like, oh, I need a fan of the week. And I was like, oh, I'm going to look, because we had said a couple times to write a review on iTunes. And I was like, maybe there's a new review. And there was.
Okay, if you're going to read this, you have to not laugh before you read certain parts. You have to read it straight through.
Well, it's mostly the title of the review.
Okay.
And the title of the review is Girl. Well, now I'll read it for you. But I didn't even read it. Like, tears were pouring down my eyes. I was like, oh my God, you win. You won. But then she wrote a lovely review. She wrote, I stumbled upon this podcast a few months ago back, and now look forward to it every week. Whenever I see or hear something clever or sorry, let me grab my reading glasses. Sorry.
I have it up here if you need me to read it.
Oh, no, I got it here. Whether I see or hear something clever or majorly juicy throughout the week's episodes, I find myself making mental notes about how this will be Matthew's choice, or that it'll be Mark's quote of the week, or that it will definitely be Tony's official 3 Snaps award. Ha ha. I even got my mom and sister onto the podcast. We gasp, speculate, and LOL right alongside you guys, which is such a treat. Keep doing you, booze. Love and pizza rolls, Yasmin.
I love Yasmin.
And it just made my day. And it's her thing on here is YN5678. But Yasmin.
She's a dancer.
5, 6, 7, 8. But that was
Aren't we all?
Yasmin is our fan of the week.
Girl. That's like when I died. When Eric Martov replied to my text and was like, "Girl, I lost it." I was like, either he's been hanging out with me way too long, or he watched last week.
And we'll give her mom and sister honorable mention as fans of the week,
Yes.
since they all would listen to us. So.
For sure.
But she actually got online and wrote that, and thank you. You made
Love
my
that.
day.
Yes.
Made my day.
All right, and really quick because we're starting to run out of time.
Yeah.
News and gossip.
Boom.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So yesterday was Day of Days, followed by the meet and greet with us right here at our AfterBuzz TV studios. We were so gracious enough to have about 60 fans come in.
Was it 60?
Yeah, it was very close to that. I don't know.
And 11 stars.
Yes. So
That was amazing.
Our surprise stars were Hira, Marie, and Patricia, who we announced on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We then also had Jonathan McClendon,
Olivia Rose Keegan, James Lastovic,
Paige Searcy, Matthew Ashford, Molly Burnett, Jen Lilly, and Eric Martzoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a packed house. I
Yeah.
took a picture.
Yeah.
of just kind of
Alexis
where I
was
was
here.
at.
Oh, yay!
Yeah,
That's
a
a
lot of
picture.
people didn't know I was there because they've never seen my face. And
Yeah.
I
Right.
just realized, I was like, oh yeah, no one's actually seen my face. But yeah, so we had, I took a picture of where I was standing, and I
Yeah.
was just like half the
Alexis,
room.
why don't we take this moment for you to flip that camera on in your control room and
So
say
you can
hello to
see
everybody?
The
you.
pictures first. It's fine. I mean, you can see that we were doing a giveaway. Well, Tony and the guys were doing a giveaway at
Yes.
this point in
Yeah.
time, so we were having that as well. And then I like this picture. Well, photo together.
That's awesome.
Since they had a
I had a few Jello shots at that point.
Yes.
Oh, I think we all did. I was in
Right?
the back. Well,
Yep.
during the mannequin challenge that you guys did.
Oh,
did,
yes.
'cause I
Oh,
was
we
sitting
did it.
there playing
Do we
with
have
Mark's
it?
dogs.
Do you-
Yeah, I have it.
Do you have the
Okay,
video?
good. Oh, we're gonna.
Since
Can
you
we play
mentioned it,
that?
roll the video of our mannequin
We
challenge.
did the mannequin challenge.
Yes.
So
If you
we'll
guys
have-
are not familiar, it's like the newest thing right now. Everyone's
Oh, I
doing the
can't wait to
mannequin
see this.
challenge.
Yeah, me too.
And so we did one last night, and here it is.
Ready?
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Here we go.
Oh my God, this is fantastic. I love her reading Alison Sweeney's book.
Me trying to hold Jen Lily from not losing it.
She had too many
She kept
shots,
losing
more
it.
Jello shots. Matthew checking to see what time he has since Uber's coming.
Jonathan taking
McClendon.
pictures.
What's going on with that tie?
Joni and Carolyn there was behind. Me and my husband doing Jello shots. Carolyn checking her tweets. Matthew Ashford, and then
Olivia,
all the
Paige,
teams are
James Brad.
Brad, yeah, and Brad.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's it.
That
Yeah,
was
I was in the
fantastic.
back playing with Mark's dogs.
Well, and like it was so funny because as we took like 3 or 4 takes because Jen Lily kept
Jen
messing shit
Lily,
up.
Jen Lily was like, I don't understand what is going on. Like all of a sudden, like the camera would get past her, and Jen Lily would be like, and like we have to do it again.
Yeah.
But
I
it was
said,
fun.
haven't you seen them on social media? And she said, I'm a mom now. No.
Carolyn, what did you think of
Yeah.
the meet and greet last night?
I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I had no idea so many people were coming, and every time the door opened, it was like, oh my God! Like,
Oh, and Eric Martzoff.
It was
Did
like-
we
you
mention
said,
Eric?
yeah,
you said it.
Okay.
You said it.
I mean, it was such a treat, and the fact that you invited everybody at no charge, and I had my first Jello shot ever. I never had
It won't
one
be your
before.
last. It won't be your last, especially if you keep coming to our events.
Okay.
It was like Christmas morning.
Yes.
And it was gifted to me by Mark's husband.
Yeah, he did. He came
He's
up to
usually
me.
the one that gives out the Jello
Right,
shot.
yeah, at home too. No, he came up to me. He's like, "Should I be passing these around?" And I was like, "You are more than welcome to pass those around. Ain't no one gonna complain if you walk around with them." So. And thank you, Alexis, too, because you were really helping out
Yes.
and passing out the
Yeah.
pizza rolls and all
I
that
enjoyed
stuff.
giving everybody pizza rolls, and I love it because they were looking at me like, do I know her?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
say
fine.
hello. Why don't you turn your camera on and say hello to everybody?
Oh,
so
geez.
when
I
next
would
time
have
they
to-
see you,
I would have to find it.
Oh,
A lot
so-
of the good thing is a lot of the fans were really, really sweet, even though they didn't know who I was, and also the fact that a lot of people already follow me on Twitter since
Yeah.
the show has started.
oh, right,
good.
for
right,
years,
right.
so they do see my pictures and stuff like that. I just don't know if I can get my camera up.
And it was an outstanding event. It really,
Yeah,
it
you
really
guys did
stood
really
out.
well.
Good.
Oh,
Thank
there
you.
she is.
There she is.
Oh, look at
I love
her.
how you can see the booth too. So you can
Yes. Look at Alexis.
There's Alexis.
Hi, Alexis.
Hi guys.
Hi, Alexis.
I know, and you can see everybody behind me.
Yes. Yes.
Oh God! Oh God!
We got him started. We got him started.
Lord.
All right.
That's so fun.
And were we able to find the video, Alexis?
Oh yeah, I have it.
Of the fall
preview.
preview? Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna play the fall preview
Yeah.
and give you guys a glimpse of what's coming on
glimpse.
Days.
I want to see a clip of it.
A glimpse.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
Get ready for some big shocks and twists on Days. A stunning murder sentence.
25 years with no possibility of parole.
I just want you to come home, okay?
And while her loved ones search for answers to set her free,
We're gonna get you out of here.
look who turns out to be Hope's protector in prison.
I'm Hattie.
Then, a ruthless drug lord wants her back
Do you honestly expect me to just go with you to Mexico?
That's exactly what I want.
and threatens to harm her family.
I just need some more time to convince Brady that I don't love him.
I can make sure he lets go permanently.
Now she'll have to leave the one she loves to protect him.
Tell me that you don't love me.
I'm not sure I ever did.
Then it's one big baby bombshell
I'm pregnant.
for her boyfriend and his parents.
I'm gonna be a father.
And Abe's moving on with a new woman,
Your dad is about to go out with you and Liv.
but not if his son can help it.
You're gonna make the biggest mistake of your life.
Then, a mysterious woman is watching people from afar. But get ready for a big shock.
Abigail.
She's returning from the grave.
Hi, Mom.
We lost her.
And she's carrying someone else's baby.
You are Nicole and Daniel's baby. No one can know our secret because of a very bad man named Demos.
A man she despises.
You know something, don't you? Please tell me whose baby Chloe is carrying.
And he'll stop at nothing
I won't say a word to anyone, especially not Nicole.
to get the truth.
Whatever this secret is,
You're gonna tell me.
Then, will this wedding go off without a twist?
Adrian, you can't do this.
Will she marry her groom
Are you ready to get this wedding back on track?
or choose her ex?
I'm still in love with you.
And just when she's made her decision,
Who's it gonna be? Adrian, open your eyes if you can hear me. She's not responding at all, so please hurry up.
Days of Our Lives this fall on NBC.
Lots going on.
Lots going on.
Why is she bleeding? I'm so confused.
We are too.
Yeah, we'll
you
see.
got to tune in. All right.
All right. And then, so tonight, some of you are in town. I'm not sure if you're listening to us in town while you're here. But if you are, don't forget that there's a stage reading of Annapurna tonight with Mary Beth Evans and Stephen Nichols at the Barnsdall Park in Los Feliz. If you have time and can go over there.
Perfect.
I think it's at 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I think so.
I
don't
might
know.
have it right here.
Carolyn, do you have anything to plug? Anything coming up? Any new interviews that we should look out for?
7:30.
7:30.
Okay. Well, I have a lot of new interviews being out here this week. I was able to get a lot of new interviews, and I videotaped some of them. So I actually may start embedding a little video interviews, and I have a new book out.
And what's it called?
Run for It All.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll grab it.
And
oh, you actually. Oh, I thought you
I got
were.
it here. I got it here.
Yay.
and CarolynTopolTalk.com.
Yes.
So visit whenever you can.
Nice. Oh, Mark's gonna be reading that tonight in bed.
Yeah. I said that looks like Mark on the front right.
No, not at all. No.
He's living for the hair.
Living for the hair.
No.
All right, guys, tell everybody where they can find you on social media, starting with Tony Moore. And I will try not to interrupt.
You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Matthew E. Paine.
Instagram and Twitter, Carolyn Topol, and CarolynTopolTalk.com.
And you can find me on Tumblr
Where can they find
at
you?
Lorraine Love.
Oh, on Tumblr. Okay.
Lorraine Love.
Okay.
On Instagram and Twitter as well. And Snapchat, Lorraine.love.
And your hair.
And thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here.
Yes,
we love
thank you for
having
being here, Carolyn. Yay!
Eat
Now-
more pizza rolls.
I hope
and
you're not talked out because next up she's going to be on GH Report.
Yes, stay tuned for GH Report and the rest of the soap block, guys. All right? We love you. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.